Just trust, just pray, just wait. Christians can make faith feel like sitting quietly and waiting for God to do everything. But that's not what I see when I read Acts. Paul is about to be flogged. He's been arrested. He's surrounded by hostile people. He calmly asks, "Is it lawful for you to scourge a Roman citizen who hasn't been condemned?" Commanders panic. I was sitting there thinking, did Paul just play his Roman citizen card? Then a few chapters later, he's standing before the Pharisees and the Sadducees. He knows that they disagree on the resurrection. So he brings it up, and the whole room erupts into an argument. He knew exactly what he was doing. There was no lie behind it. It was just wisdom used well. And that's when the question hit me. Is Paul showing me something about how faith actually works? In Matthew 10, verses 16, Jesus tells the disciples, "I'm sending you out like sheep among wolves. Be wise as serpents and innocent as doves." Notice what Jesus doesn't do. He doesn't pretend the wolves aren't there. He doesn't say the road will be easy or everything will just fall into place. He tells them to carry two things at the same time. Wise enough to recognize how the world works, and innocent enough to remain truthful and pure-hearted. Because if you're only innocent, we become easy to manipulate. And if we're only wise, we become hard and cynical. And Paul does exactly that. God gave him a Roman citizenship. God gave him an education. God gave him knowledge of scripture and understanding of people. And Paul picks all of it up and puts it into service for the mission. He doesn't apologize for it. He doesn't shrink from it. He uses it. That's the lesson we keep missing. We feel guilty for using what God has already placed in our hands. We think staying small is staying humble. We think waiting for things to land in our laps is trusting God. But that's not stewardship. Stewardship is picking up what you've been given and using it well. Not for your own glory, but for God's purpose, for the people you've been called to serve. Faith isn't sitting back and doing nothing. Faith is obedience to God while faithfully using the gifts He's already given you. The gifts in your hands, your education, your wisdom, your experience, were placed there on purpose for a purpose. So stop waiting for permission to use what God has already put in your hands.